A new initiative aimed at discouraging migrants seeking asylum in New York City. Mayor Eric Adams says flyers just like this one will be given out at the border to remind migrants that New York City is expensive and does not have guaranteed housing. This is a stark difference in tone from his previous remarks to migrants back in February.
Here to live a nightmare.
No están aquí para vivir una pesadilla.
You're here to live a dream.
Están aquí para vivir un sueño.
And we're going to help you get there.
Y les vamos a ayudar a llegar a eso.
Nichole Berlie.
On NewsNation, Sloan Glass is live in New York City. So, Sloan, what else do we know about this new initiative of the mayor's?
Nichole, give me you're tired, you're poor, but only for 60 days is the narrative behind this new initiative. Now, I'm at the 24/7 migrant arrival facility in New York, and you can see that there are a crowd of men who are waiting for shelter. Security telling me that it is completely full, and they will have to come back tomorrow. There have also been city buses and school buses coming and leaving empty. The men saying that they don't know where these buses are going, and security can't answer that question either. Now, there have been over 2,800 migrants who have arrived in New York City just in the last week. And that adds to the 90,000 people who have come through New York City's intake system since last spring, mainly from the southern border, and 54,800 remain still in the city's care. Adams says the city is at total capacity, and without more federal and state support to take in and pay for the continued migrant crisis, his team will now begin telling adult asylum seekers without families they have 60 days to move out of shelters.
New York City is carrying the weight of a national problem. New York City is where people come in search of the American dream, and that dream should not turn into a nightmare. It should not turn into a suicide. That I sat and visited a family member over the weekend who lost her husband, and the children lost their dad. Speaking with her, coming here to pursue that dream turned into a nightmare, and this is what happens when you overburden the system in an unfair manner.
Once given the 60-day notice, migrants will be given help identifying friends or family they can stay with and resources for finding a job. If someone still has nowhere to go, they can reapply for shelter space if it becomes available. Adams says the move is necessary to free up more space to accommodate migrant families with children. City Hall will also change their messaging along the southern border. Staff will distribute flyers essentially discouraging asylum seekers from coming to New York City altogether. The flyer reads, "There is no guarantee we will be able to provide shelter and services to new arrivals. Housing in NYC is very expensive. The cost of food, transportation, and other necessities in NYC is the highest in the United States. And please consider another city as you make your decision about where to settle in the U.S." Critics of Mr. Adams' new plan argue it violates the city's right to shelter rules, which guarantee temporary housing for those in need. New York City is the only U.S. city with a universal right to shelter, which has left its population of homeless people living on the street much smaller than in other cities. And Nichole, the men who I spoke to, the migrants here, did not want to appear on camera out of fear of retaliation for their families. You may be able to see that they all moved as soon as they saw our cameras start to roll. Now, they also tell me when I asked, did you hear about this new policy? Some of them saying that they had heard about it on social media. Others had no idea whatsoever about this new policy, but they are staking out here in the Midtown location because of the proximity to potential job opportunities, even though security and the city saying that there's just no more room here at the arrival center. Nichole.
Yeah, and Sloan, it certainly looks different behind you now from when we first started your live shot there. I know the men didn't want to appear on camera, but do we have any idea where they plan to go?
Right. So I asked them this, and one gentleman told me that he had an opportunity to go to other shelters, but they are more on the outskirts of the city, and their fear is that they won't be able to find the housing opportunities, the job opportunities, and the food with the ease that they could being here in Midtown. Others telling me that they don't know of where else to go, that they came here because this is the location that they know of through word of mouth, but there's nothing available here, according to the city in Midtown.
Yeah, certainly not a simple problem to solve. Sloan Glass, thank you. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.